All right, good morning, everybody. It's Monday, October 4th. Today, we are going to be discussing what exactly is happening with Bitcoin, what's happening with the altcoin space, the NFT space, and specifically the DeFi space, and where is the most alpha, the most returns sitting for us as we head into Q4. Now, if you remember, if you've been watching my videos for August and September, I warned y'all that September was going to be a pretty rocky month. You can go to our YouTube channel and you'll see all the videos where I pointed out that September is a pretty rocky month because of the simple fact that you have seasonality effects and you have the ending of Q3, you have rotations happening in the market, and you could see through a chart how September has fared over the last several years for Bitcoin, which of course changes the dynamics for the altcoin world as well. Now, this time around, I think Bitcoin closed at down 10% or 9%, something like that for September. And now we've had a pretty good start to October, right? Basically, the first day of October, we had, I think, this candle right here. And now we're just consolidating sideways right above the September monthly open. Prior to September ending, we were actually under this yellow line, which is the 200 moving day average. Additionally, on the weekly chart, we were actually under the 21 EMA on the weekly chart right here. As you can see, for the last several years, the weekly 21 EMA has been incredibly powerful in helping us understand bullish trends in the market. Now, my personal conviction is that Q4 is going to be a very, very solid quarter for crypto. And that starts with two specific areas of crypto where I believe most of the alpha is going to be generated. And it's kind of the same trajectory that we've had pretty much most of the year, which is DeFi, right? So here's my DeFi blue chip list right here, where I follow the top tier DeFi altcoins in the space and which ones are doing well. And the ones that have been doing tremendously well are the ones marked with the green check right here, which are the L1 ecosystems. So your Luna, your ADA, your Rune, your Avax, your Polkadot, your FTM, okay? These are the best L1 ecosystems. Obviously, there's tiers, but these, Solana and Avax and Luna are probably top tier. ADA and Polkadot, they're, and maybe even Rune, they're like the bottom tier, right? So as of today, we can see Luna is probably the only one that's green today. DYDX and Perp, the ones that are in red check marks, are DEXs. Okay, so the DEXs are doing relatively well. But at the top of our list, that's most green, is the L1 ecosystem, which has been actually the case for pretty much most of the year. Most of the year, the L1 ecosystems have performed really, really well. So what we look forward to in Q4 is probably still the L1 ecosystems, followed by the DEXs, which are these red checks right here, and then followed by, I would say, selectively the NFT space, right? Now, in the NFT world, we are doing a lot of work in the advantage side. All right, remember, this is our private Discord community. If you want, you can go sign up at thealphatrades.com. You can hit the products page right here. You can sign up for $97 per month. This $97 per month for 3 months is going to get you a tremendous amount of information and alpha leaks, all for the DeFi world, all for the NFT world. And on top of that, I provide these prizes and contests every couple of weeks where you can win to Solana, which right now, one Sol is how much? Let's see, 166. So almost like, $300, $350 or so. You can win already, and you can pay back your membership with that money. The membership is only $97 per month. But the reason I tell you guys to sign up for our membership is it's not just NFTs, it's not just DeFi, but it's everything. It's NFTs and DeFi and looking at traditional altcoins and looking at Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis and looking at our 5K count challenge. If you're not familiar with the 5K count challenge, it's this. At the beginning of the year, we started off with 5,000. By now, I think through the weekend, we've grown our account closer to 28 and a half thousand, right? So that is a tremendous gain, almost a 6x from the beginning of the year when we started off with 5K. And I've documented all these videos with all kinds of information of how I went about trading, how I went about analyzing the market, the trades I took, the stops I made. So you get these videos on a day-to-day basis if you are an Advantage member, okay? If you don't want to sign up, simply hit the thumbs up on YouTube, watch these videos for free, but you'll only get these videos once in a while, right? Most of the time, every single day, I make 2 videos a day for my Advantage members here in these channels, okay? So an Advantage announcement or the 5K account, I provide updates in the morning like I am right now, and in the evening by the end of the day, which is after the daily candle close. And I talk to people about how I've seen the market change and what we should be looking forward to for trades through the day or trades through next week, and what exactly is happening in the NFT world and what's trending in the market. I opened up another channel, which is the daily setup trades. Every day, if I think that there are potential trades in the market that I see fit, I point them out to Advantage members, right? So again, I don't provide financial advice, but I show you guys exactly what I see in the market and I point it out so you can make the best informed decision. There's a ton of alpha that we've leaked in our community over the last several months. Here's a perfect example of one, okay? On August, I think middle of August or sometime, I made this video about the Avax ecosystem. And at this point, I think I want to say Avax, let's see where Avax was trading, okay? Avax was trading somewhere around here, $30, right? After that, it went on a nice tear, almost doubled up in price. And on top of that, I pointed out all the different farming, staking, pooling opportunities with Avax. I told you all about the assets that I would be picking up, like Pangolin, the Joe token, right? Here's another example of me being invested in the Joe pool, okay? Here's how the Joe pool has been doing now. It has a $127 million liquidity now. The APRs came down significantly, but guess what? From the point I pointed out, around 80% APR and 46 million liquidity, right? This was on 25th of August, okay? So let me just point this out to y'all and see how good this trade was, okay? Here's 25th of August. So say you bought around this time, all right? Anywhere in this candle, that price for that token was around $1.20, $1.25. Currently, that price is clearly double that. Not only is the Joe token price double that, but your liquidity is almost triple that. So basically, you had been earning in Joe tokens, meaning these Joe tokens for the APRs, and on top of that, your value is appreciated. So our community in this pool, in this farming opportunity, we were able to make almost 5x or 7x on our entire position. This is an amazing opportunity. I pointed this out, tail end of August. And then additionally, I had, other pools that I'd mentioned to Advantage members that I pointed out. On top of that, okay, if you had just used Avax, like most of our community did when I pointed out these opportunities, here's what you got. You got these 894 GB tokens. They're given to you as an airdrop, which was worth $2,000. So the point is that had you just been part of our community and been paying $97 per month, you would have not only found those opportunities about Avax, but you would have made a free $2,000 from these airdrops that you're getting. So our community is very well versed in the crypto space, especially in the DeFi world. A lot of us, we dig into the nitty gritty of exactly every little thing that's happening in the corners of DeFi, even in the projects that you have not even heard of, and how to extract the most amount of alpha and also avoid risks, right? How to get rugged, how to not get scammed, how to not get rugged. I'm sorry. How to protect yourself from, these different hacks that are coming up in the NFT world, right? So the point is that this community by far is one of the best ones for the price that we allow for people to join into our community. So I hope you guys join because we have a ton of analysis that we provide our members, okay? Here's the other thing, right? So let's start diving into some analysis. So I signed up for this DeFi institutional newsletter. And when I read these newsletters, I almost always point out the important alpha that's being generated in the community and in the different projects. And the one thing that I find hope in right now is Ethereum, right? Ethereum is starting to show you that a lot of open interest was wiped out, but for the most part, spot prices are doing okay. There was a whole lot of put buying activity for October 8th, which is okay, but guess what? ETH is still, very nicely staying at these highs, okay? I think as long as the ETH kind of consolidates around this area, headed into, middle of October, I think we still have an opportunity that this was the low. We start trending higher from here. You just got to break above this 3450 level. What's holding ETH back probably is the drag from BTC. And Bitcoin ripped right here, but guess what? There's a couple of areas of retests that it needs to complete. So this level right here that you see, okay, this SR level right here. See that? I think Bitcoin is going to come back to this level, retest it, and then start its way up and away somewhere around October. Right? I don't know when, but I still think that there's a retest needed somewhere around this area, which is around $44.5, $45,000. In which case, I would figure ETH gets dragged down towards 3175, maybe 3,000. All right. So I believe whatever BTC does over the next few days, I think ETH is going to follow it for the most part. And then most other altcoins are going to follow it. So this is the only thing, in my opinion, that's kind of holding the market back is it's made a nice move. Can it break through resistance? If it can't, let's see if it can hold back the previously, SR retest area right here and then push up. If it breaks inside this, then that means that this will have been a failure. Then we're probably going to head down for maybe a W bottom, something like this. But for now, I think it's best that we kind of look at this area for now and think if we can break up from here, there's a pretty good opportunity and a pretty good trade in there. Okay. And again, I point all this information out to my Advantage members on a day-to-day basis. I have this Bitcoin analysis area. I even pointed out this short opportunity yesterday, right? I said, it looks like, actually, I talked about this right here first. I said, beautiful pop in BTC at 48.8, collapsing back down inside this level would possibly take you to 47,000, which is the September monthly open, all right? So as you can see right there, 48.8. So let me point this out. Okay, here's exactly how that trade kind of played out. So I was pointing it out like this. We were somewhere up here. I said, if you want to go short right here, your stop's got to be above the local high, and your first target profit is this September monthly open. Okay, I still think we might make it to the September monthly open. I didn't really take that short because I just didn't feel the need to. But for the most part, these are the information and points I point out to my Advantage members, so you can get some good opportunities if you want to scalp, if you want to take these quick trades in the market. Okay, so if you're wanting to scalp, if you want to be a swing trader, if you want to just trade NFTs, if you want to just trade DeFi, I mean, this is the community for you. Okay, and for the price that we're offering, 97 per month, I think it's a phenomenal opportunity. Right. The other thing that I'm looking at in the market, Solana ecosystem, massive, massive opportunity for Solana. Like I said earlier, I'm big into Solana, right? I even pointed out that you can win 2 SOL if you just point out your art collection and whichever one I like the most. I'll just give you a free 2 SOL, which you can buy more SOL with, or you can buy more NFTs with, or you could trade with it. Doesn't matter. Not my business. But I'm very bullish on Solana because I believe that there are a lot of unique advantages that Solana has over Avax, over FTM, over Luna, over Ethereum. And I'm helping support the community by letting other people know, what exactly is happening in the Solana ecosystem. All these NFTs are in the Solana ecosystem that people are pointing out. So you can see, one of these people is going to get the prize, right? So I'm just letting people know that being part of our community It's not just, you kind of paying us 97 per month for nothing. There's a ton of information that you'll get. And in fact, you can just win a bunch of that money back in a pretty easy way by just simply showing off your NFTs, and we, by the way, have other contests too that we run every few weeks. So I hope you guys join. Okay. I hope you, enjoy what you've seen so far in the community. I mean, we're a very active bunch. Like on a day-to-day basis, you could kind of see, like, I'm pointing out a lot of things. A lot of other people are, very engaged in the crypto side of things, traditional altcoins, DeFi chat as well, right? People are pointing out insane opportunities that they're finding, and especially in the NFT area, which is probably right now our busiest channel, where we talk about a lot of different things. So yeah, definitely come join if you are interested in the NFT and DeFi world. So back to the analysis, right? Here's what I'm kind of thinking. So I think Solana has been on a tear, but I think Luna is not too far behind, right? I think Luna, if you remember, Mike Novogratz recently alluded to Luna being one of his big picks. And honestly, I think he's kind of spot on with Luna because, guess what? Like, Luna is ready to head up to the skies. There's a lot of growing interest in Luna, the Terra ecosystem, that whatever it's called. And I think it's underrated. I think Luna itself is underrated as an asset. I think it's going to do tremendously well in the L1 ecosystem space. So definitely keep your eye on this. I will say, however, that if you do get an opportunity where price comes down to this area, whether it's a wick or whatever, that might be a pretty solid opportunity, but your stop is going to have to be like, below this green candle low. Okay. I don't think it'll actually come back this deep, but if you zoom in a little bit into these smaller timeframes, here's where I think it might come back, which is $40. You can kind of see, this was excess, pulls back, resistance, sells off, resistance, sells off, resistance, sells off, and then breaks through. So I think $40 is a possible retest area that price might come back into, just in case you're interested, in which case the long is something like this. Okay, the long is something like this. And then you can aim for pretty much $55, $60 or somewhere up here. I really think Luna can make it up there. Okay, but just make sure you keep in mind what's happening with BTC, because if Bitcoin starts dragging down, it's going to drag down everything else with it, right? It's really interesting that today, of all days, Bitcoin is still down since last night, but Luna is up since yesterday. So you do have these, uncorrelated events. They don't happen often, but when they do, you have some incredible alpha. Okay. So anyway, this is just one opportunity that I just wanted to point out. I think, one of the other assets that I believe is, quite possibly underrated is DYDX. It's one of your DEX related platforms, but I think it's DEX derivative. So it's a little bit newer, similar to PERP protocol, but this one has a lot of interest because, the options world is kind of starving for a good product that can deliver good liquidity, good opportunities in the market. And I think DYDX is one that is really coming up. So definitely keep your eye out for DYDX. I think the long here is something like this. So here's what I kind of see in this market. Okay. I see a, head and shoulders, a running head and shoulders pattern, which if it fails this right shoulder and it starts turning back up, I've said this before, these are the most, bullish patterns, because you have basically, a head and shoulders that refuse to break down. And then it's going to just start breaking up and out, and it's going to take out this high first, and it's going to take out the head pretty quickly. Okay. So keep your eye on DYDX as a potential opportunity. And, in terms of heading up, like my big target was like $35, $40 up here for DYDX. Okay. So, keep an eye on it. Okay. Other assets that I'm very much interested in, FTT. I think FTT is probably one of the most underrated, centralized exchange tokens. Also because if you remember just this past week, FTX, right? if you remember just this past week, they started releasing, they're going to have NFTs right on their exchange. This is an amazing opportunity because if you start having all that volume being traded back and forth on FTX, I mean, you're going to get insane amount of, activity on the exchange and tons of money moving back and forth. And that's exactly what an exchange needs. An exchange itself is already moving money back and forth and trading and generating volume by simply people trading. But add to that the layer of NFTs, and I think that's going to, significantly push FTX into a stratosphere. Okay. So definitely keep FTT in mind, the FTX token. And I think the long opportunities here, something like this, right? These lows, if they hold. My first opportunity when I saw this, I was like, okay, well, this thing looks like it's going to head into this area, take out 41, and then head back out. I personally think it's still possible. I think we can still head to this 41 level, take this low out, and then head out. If we can do that, that would be an amazing, potential buying opportunity. Okay. Not investment advice, just letting you know. FYI, I'm already long in FTT. Okay. I have a spot position in FTT. I have a spot position in a lot of different assets. Just last week, I had pointed out Axie Infinity. You don't believe me? Let me show you. Okay. Here's the Axie Infinity spot that I pointed out 3 days ago. Price was at $86. I got in. Guess where Axie is? Double that almost. Okay. So again, these are the opportunities that you get when I point out what I'm seeing in the market, what I'm picking up in the market. Not to copy trade, not telling you to buy or sell or anything, just letting you know exactly what I do. So again, if you want this kind of information, this kind of curated information on a day-to-day basis in videos and in these respective channels in an organized way, join our community. Hit the products page right here, thealphatrades.com. Join our Advantage membership. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed the content today. Okay. Take care. Cheers, everybody. Good luck in the rest of the Q4. All right. Take care.